chat, let's finish off. Rev put out a new video. Let's see what Rev had to say. And apparently, people be going after him again. So let's see what people are going after Rev for this time, shall we?
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to be looking at another very serious case of Rev derangement syndrome. Now yesterday I talked about how I am blessed to get free content out of people who are whining about me on places like Twitter, right?
Oh, he loves it.
But this is one of those rare situations where I'm not exactly happy to be talking about this topic, but I feel like I should, because these people are not attacking me, who can defend myself. Instead, they're talking about my fans in a very creepy and just downright hateful and just obsessive way at this point.
Is this about the guy that was stalking someone who was wearing like a Rev shirt? There was like he talked about this like last week perhaps, that someone was wearing one of his merch, wearing his shirt. And yeah, like someone was like, I can't remember where it was, and someone was following this guy around, taking pictures of this innocent guy and posting him online. Hey boy,
this is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
a cosplayer for, at this point, nearly a month, continuously sharing photos and reacting to photos of a random convention goer who's wearing my merch with the sole purpose of harassing them, even saying seeing this person is equivalent to 15 9/11s.
See, this insanity needs to get stomped out. This kind of shit needs to get stomped out. The people of New York, the first responders, the people who were there the people that were there during 9/11 needs to fucking dogpile this person. This is actually almost worse than calling, reeing and calling anybody that disagrees with you a Nazi or a fascist. This is almost worse. Trying to equate someone wearing Rev merch like 15 9/11s. I'm sorry, you're fucking disgusting. You are a putrid excuse of inhumanity. Like, 9/11 is like, unlike calling someone a Nazi or fascist, 9/11 is a real thing. It really happened. Thousands of people died. Countless more have suffered devastating long-term effects, either medically or by family members that they lost in 9/11. People pulling this, absolutely, I think, should get bullied. I normally don't say that people should get bullied online. You want to try and equate this to 9/11? You deserve to get bullied for this by people who were there or are victims of 9/11. Absolutely, I think that they should get bullied by those people. 100%. They need to get bullied into oblivion. Absolutely. You want to take that tragedy in vain and equate it to someone wearing Rev's merch? Yeah, you deserve it. I said it. You fucking deserve to get bullied.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's how deranged these people are. Now, this is a continuation of a video I made about a week ago, and to give you the very quick rundown for the context of today's video, basically you have this VTuber named Jelly from the agency FaZe Connect, who made a comment on Twitter basically saying keep politics out of Minecraft based on this event right here. FaZe Connect ends up coming out with a statement condemning her comments, yada yada yada. One of the people to leave hearts underneath this announcement was a cosplayer named Gumbun, who is closely tied with FaZe Connect. They work with her quite often. They promote her pretty often. So she is also someone who has recently claimed to foster a wonderful community and wants to have a loving and understanding community that welcomes all walks of life and identities. And as pointed out in the comments, not only was she putting hearts underneath a statement a lot of people didn't agree about when it came to Jelly's comments, Also, she was reposting and replying to tweets that were disparaging Jelly. You know, the agency she has built her entire cosplay career around.
You mean the agency that has proved they're a bunch of cucks and will fold like a cheap fucking suit the minute they get even the tiniest amount of pressure from someone says, we are accusing you of wrongthink, and they instantly go, okay, we'll fold immediately and do exactly what you say, and basically cave to the mob, and has now exposed themselves to the internet saying, if you just bitch at us, we will turn around on a dime and capitulate to you for anything and throw our talent under the bus and label our talent as racists and bigots when that nothing of the sort happened because the fucking hive mind, like insane asylum, decided to say, we don't like this. Yeah. But by the way, how long before Jelly decides to graduate from FaZe Connect, I wonder? She's not going to be around there for much longer. I would, if I was in Jelly's position and I saw that, if I was in Jelly's position and the company I was with put out that statement in relation to me, I would be on the phone to my lawyer saying, get me out of this contract. I have been libeled. I do not want to be a part of this company anymore. Graduate me. I would not stay with a company that folds that quickly to the mob that because I said something completely neutral, like I don't want politics in my fun games. And that goes against the hive mind, and the company that is supposed to support me instantaneously turns on me. I would be out of that company in 2 seconds flat. And honestly, I hope Jelly is able to get out of it and go indie. Because you do not want to work because it just proved that they will happily destroy you to save their own ass. That's not someone you want to work with.
Now, of course, this was what I talked about in the previous video. Some individual at the very beginning of January, and that's important to remember, posted a creep shot of what is either a staff member or a regular convention goer. It really doesn't matter at this point, but he was wearing a piece of my merch, a Rev Hiyori, okay, and they posted this creep shot of the guy with the sole intention of publicly.
Leo Mindset said that she could level up breach of contract suit against him. Yeah, oh, I have no doubt. I said that when FaZe made that announcement, that's the first thing I said. The fact that they libeled her by labeling her as a racist and a bigot in that public statement, instantaneously, I said that is likely a breach of contract because of that libel. Instantly, that was one of the first things I said. And yeah, big surprise. Andrew said that she very likely could level a breach of contract suit against him. Yep.
Humiliating this person on Twitter. And of
I have
course,
no idea if Jelly
the
came back and
cosplayer
said they're fine.
Gumbun decided to reply by saying, dude, me and some of the other arcade staff saw this yesterday and were like, huh? Now, of course, this person is very brave to continuously attack my fans, hiding behind a block because, of course. But this is the new stuff. Apparently, this goes even deeper than the previous situation I was just made aware of. So you can see, this is unprofessional behavior from someone who staffs conventions. So you can see on a FaZe Connect Discord server, Gumbun says, seeing a guy with a dev, they meant to say Rev, Hiyori at MagFest was like 15 9/11s. And they post a new photo, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new photo, okay? They have multiple angles. Now, whether this cosplayer took the...
See, people like this should start becoming subjects of lawsuits. People like this should be, this individual should be able to sue. 100% this person should be able to sue anybody that is basically making these harassment statements. Because yeah, it's directed at Rev, but it's also directed at this guy. And I think people like this, who are basically getting surreptitiously photoed and their photos being put online for the purpose of harassment, they should be able to sue. Because guess what happens? The moment people like this can start suing people online for harassment like this, guess what's going to happen? It's going to stop. The minute people start feeling it in their wallets, the minute they realize, oh shit, if I do this, they could take me for every cent I have for harassment and libel, they will stop. Until you hit them in the wallet, they won't stop. So they need to start filing suits. They need to be able to start filing lawsuits against these people that are harassing people online like this.
The photo or someone else took the photo, we're not really sure, but either way, they have quick access to this and are posting it in multiple places and responding to people posting it in multiple locations. And as with the last video, thanks for the free promotion and thanks to this Giga Chad, this absolute Giga Chad, for not only supporting me, but having the balls to show up to a convention supporting me and this community. And of course, I'm going to use people like...
Well, on for sure as a... Well, we don't know if it was a staff member that took this photo. We have no idea. What that was referencing about an attendee is Gumbun attends these things like with FaZe Connect. Like FaZe Connect promotes Gumbun. So what that was referencing is that Gumbun is a FaZe Connect attendee, not that this was a staff member that took this photo. We don't know who took this photo.
Like Gumbun, who can't stop talking about people who support me to promote the same merch. So if you want to get your hands on this Haori, which is something you throw over your clothing at conventions to support your favorite content creators, you can find it on Ooh Market. I'll put a link to this in the pinned comment and description if you want to check.
What do you think, guys? You like the Haoris? Do they look nice? Do they look very nice? I didn't know that these were called Haoris before. Now I do.
Check it out. As always with Ooh Market, they're pretty much the pinnacle of VTuber related merch. It's very high quality stuff, as you can see right here. And I think the smug demeanor of this artwork here not only is great, but also really fits the situation because people are seething about it out in public, and we're here laughing at them for being so unhinged. If you want to support the channel, you want to support the community, and, rep my merch at whatever convention you go to, please check this out and consider purchasing it. So let's get back to the actual post because this is truly unhinged, right? So they say this is worth 15 9/11s. That's how impactful seeing someone wearing my merch at MagFest was for this individual. Now, what's really important here, I want to point this out because this can't be understated. The original post we saw from a different user that Gumbun reacted to was posted in the first week of January. This was posted in the FaZe Connect server at the end of January. This person has been dragging this random person, sharing around multiple angles of creep shots featuring this guy for nearly a month. And that's all I'm aware of. Because I wasn't aware of any of this stuff until recently. So who knows where else they're responding to and also posting this sort of stuff.
Who knows how many more photos there are, too.
Who knows? Because it's probably a lot worse. Because they're giving us absolutely no reason to believe that they would not resort to posting this in other places. So, number one, it's not a great look for this to exist in the FaZe Connect server because it is not taken down. It was still up when people found this the other day. So that's not a very good look.
That's the tricky part about applying a restraining order against the cameraman. Number one, it's going to do nothing. Realistically, restraining order against the cameraman is going to do nothing because chances are the cameraman's not actually stalking this person outside of the convention. The person stalked him inside the convention. The other difficult part is going to be actually locating who took the original picture. That is going to probably exceedingly difficult. Unless the person who took this picture posted online under their own account saying, hey, look what I saw at the convention, it's going to be very difficult to track down where the photo originated from and who took it. Unfortunately, it will be. That's why I said the only recourse is to go after the people using the photo as a means of harassment. Go after the people that have been using said photos and been posting deliberately harassing messages online. That's basically what you're limited at doing, because realistically, we probably will not know who did the original, who took the photo, unless they were stupid enough to post it onto their own personal account and say, I took these photos.
Look, I'm sure that violates all kinds of TOS in their server. I can almost guarantee it, because this was posted with the sole purpose of harassing and humiliating this individual. It's spiteful, it's weird, it's another creep shot, another angle of the creep shots on this guy. And you would think, as pointed out here, you would think as a VTuber cosplayer, they would understand that following someone around a convention, taking pictures behind their back, is not okay. Yeah, you would think so, right?
You would think,
we live in upside down world, where it's the cosplayer sharing photos and creep shots of a convention goer. Like, that's typically the other way, but now we're seeing this version. Very weird. But also, you can see here, look at him silently mocking the haters with a smug look, even from a fan's merch. Gotta love seeing him make these people like her seethe at his mere presence. The bro was literally just standing there, menacingly, causing all of these people to freak out. And from my understanding, it seems like there's multiple people involved with taking pictures of this guy. You're all weird. Listen to me. You're taking creep shots of a stranger at a convention because he did the high crime of wearing merch you don't like. You are weird, you are hateful, and you should be shamed.
And you have to wonder, is this going to change how things happen at these conventions? If a big enough of a stink is made about someone doing creep shots like this, is it going to change how these conventions do things? Is it going to change how people at conventions react to something like this? So what happens if at the next convention someone decides to follow someone around with a content creator's merch on that they don't like and start taking pictures? What are the possibility that the person wearing the merch turns around, sees that, and knocks them the fuck out? That is a possible next step, because we are seeing things like happening in extremes. Like, are the cons going to basically try and enforce this? No, probably not. But are the people wearing the merch that are getting what's the word I'm looking for? Unwanted photographs taken of them like this, are they going to start responding violently? Like, it is, someone that's walking around, if they detect someone taking a photo of them without their permission, are they going to turn around, grab the phone, and smash it into a wall, or knock them the fuck out? Because they're not going to think about suing. They're not going to think about, I didn't give you permission to take my photo like this. They're not going to think, I'm going to file a police report or something like that. No, they're going to go into the immediate, and they're going to jump the violence. They're either going to smash the phone, or they're going to give them a fist in the face. If this shit does not get locked down, and yes, I am giving extreme examples here. I'm fully aware of that. It is an extreme leap, but we are living in an age of extremes right now. We are living in an age where one side is going to an extreme and the other side is barely holding on to their collective tempers and not striking back. And when the other side finally says, I'm done, and decides enough's enough, I'm not fucking playing games anymore, shit is going to pop off. Flirt. Just wait for it.
That's all there is to it. Anyone who disagrees with that, they just don't like me, right? And they want to find any sort of a reason to justify this creepy and spiteful behavior. But also you can see another comment saying, in quotes, some random wearing VTubing merch from a drama tuber is worse than an actual tragedy where innocent people were ended, end quote. Actual regardation and a callous insult to actual loss of lives. all for clout chasing and purity testing. Pathetic waste of air.
And honestly, I think calling them a retard is being too nice. I legit think ascribing ascribing retardation to them, I think is too nice. If you're gonna say 15 9/11s, you are pawn scum. You are not worth the shit that's on my boot. If you're gonna equate wearing Rev merch to 15 9/11s, you are literally lower than dog shit in my eyes.
And also, people were quick to point out the actual math here. If you want to break this down to really get a taste of how insane this comment is, this person says basically, if you do the math here, I would be responsible. Someone seeing merch of me on a convention goer is worse than the deaths of nearly 45,000 people. And this one down here, they say 30 crashing airplanes. Small correction, if you include the one that landed in a random field and the one that hit the Pentagon, we'll multiply that again. So they're saying seeing someone wearing my merch is more powerful to them, more harmful than 60 crashing airplanes. Insane stuff. But also, this user brings up another point, saying PSA for those attending various conventions. And I don't want to single out those ones right now. I'll explain why in a second. If you attend these cons wearing certain merch, just be warned that a certain cosplayer will be triggered into taking creep shots of it and inciting harassment against you. Well, here's the thing. Again, we don't know if it was directly her taking the photos, but she's gladly sharing it. And there's also some sort of a market out there for those who are doing it. And yeah, you know what? If I was going to MagFest, where this actually occurred, by the way, yeah, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable, or at least you should have a warning. You should be aware that this could happen, especially if Gumbun is at that convention, because she clearly has no issue with sharing photos of you that are taken at a convention if you have the audacity to wear.
And put the shoe on the other foot. Imagine if Gumbun is at a convention and somebody is creepily following her around the convention, taking pictures of her from behind and not telling her about it, and then posting those pictures online and saying, "Oh, what a freaking bitch. She looks like shit. She's, just grievously insulting." Oh, she would be screaming her fucking head off and demanding that MagFest do something about it. Absolutely. You put the shoe on the other foot, they will to the fucking moon. But if it happens to someone like Rev, oh no, it's like we are the righteous ones. Like, fuck these people. Truly, fuck these people.
Merch of creators she doesn't like. Now, people were asking, and you can see some comments here from Legal Mindset, people were asking, well, this probably breaks the TOS of this convention. And you would be right, by the way. I think it's very clear. Okay? This includes not only how the attendees have to behave, but also, as you can see down here in the harassment section, the prohibition against harassment applies to not only attendees, but also everyone employed by MagFest, volunteer staff, guests, panelists, and hotel employees, aka anybody involved in this event, which would include, of course, cosplayers like her. And as it states up here, anyone is welcome at MagFest as long as they do not intentionally do any action that hinders the enjoyment of other attendees. Harassment of any kind, including but not limited to, and you can see down here, deliberate intimidation, stalking, harassing, photography, or recording.
Now, here's the real question. Is MagFest going to actually do anything about it? Like, MagFest, this is boilerplate level, TOS stuff. The real question is, will MagFest actually do anything? Yeah, chances are not a thing, because it was a Rev fan who got harassed. Correct. That's the crux of it. All of this means absolutely fuck all if they don't actually follow their own TOS. You know, kind of like Twitch, where they don't bother following their own TOS for their favored streamers. It makes not a fucking difference what you put in black and white unless you either A, follow your own TOS and apply and fairly apply any issues or deal with any issues appropriately in accordance with your TS, or B, your TOS gets used against you in a lawsuit. Otherwise, this is all just words on the screen that mean nothing.
Will not be tolerated. I think it's very fair to assume that that sort of a rule would apply to what she did. Even if she wasn't the one who took the photos, the fact that she's sharing them online with the sole purpose of harassing this individual and doing it on a routine basis and engaging with posts like that on a routine basis. This is absolutely deplorable behavior. And again, if you want to go to a convention like this, just be aware this could happen to you if Gumbun is attending. Now, I say that knowing some people, that the Giga Chads in my audience might be like, okay, challenge accepted. I'm even more inclined to wear my Rev merch.
Chat, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. It's been a while since she's done something like that. You know, yes, she did. Scout had a moment of bleh. But she's fine. I guess she was very hungry this evening and just kind of hoovered up her kibble and hoovered it up perhaps a bit too quickly. She's fine though. I just had to clean it up real fast. Yeah, basically typical cat issue. Let's continue.
To a convention. Okay, you know what? I can't stop you. But also, while looking into all these various Gumbun related situations, I found something involving Kirsha, because of course anything involving canceling and attacking VTubers always ties back to her as well. Now, the context of this clip, this is Kirsha raiding Fillion, and because Gumbun cosplayed as Fillion, she had this GIF on deck and made this message in response.
Hang on. We want this uninterrupted. Stop! Stop it! I'm gonna up the price on that thing. I swear to God, I'm gonna up the price on that one. You guys use that so much, I'm gonna have to up the cost for it.
Response.
This GIF was from a Fillion stream. I raid into Fillion because I'm friends with Fillion. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting thing to see here. I wonder if Eimi knew that I made this face because Kirsha raided.
Hello.
That's a little funny. That's a little funny. What a bitch!
Yes, what a totally normal response to someone who did the high crime of raiding Fillion.
Well, okay, leave us not forget. These are the same people that start clutching their pearls when, remember, there was that Russian VTuber that raided Fillion, and because that Russian VTuber raided Fillion and Fillion was nice, they literally canceled the VTuber awards because a Russian VTuber raided Fillion, and Fillion did not immediately basically scream, "You are a horrible person. How dare you raid me? You are attacking the Ukrainian people." And because Fillion did not do that and just went, "Thanks for the raid. Oh, you're Russian. Okay." And that's pretty much it. The VTuber Awards got canceled because the company that was predominantly responsible for sponsoring it was Ukrainian. Yeah, that's she's part of that hive mind. Yeah, they thought that she did it. No, it was not. It was not because people mistakenly thought it was because she did a collab with Alana, and it was because of a raid that this Russian VTuber raided Fillion, And Fillion was like, oh, cool. And then, like, said, like, maybe you should just do a collab. I should maybe learn some Russian. Like, if memory serves, she was, like, doing a bit, I think. And, like, the Ukrainian company that sponsored the VTuber Awards decided to have a shit fit and said, we're not going to do the VTuber Awards now. Like, there might have been something else. Like, maybe Fillion did do a collab with this other Russian VTuber, but did not realize that she was, like, a Russian VTuber from Russia or something like that. And Fillion was just, like, having fun. It was, like, not political in any way. And regardless, it was this, this company just decided to go, well, because you did this, we're not sponsoring it. It was insanely fucking stupid. It was insanely stupid. It was, again, just the SJRs reeing and screaming because they're desperate for attention. And, well, they got it, and they canceled the VTuber Awards, and I have no idea if the VTuber Awards will ever come back now.
Yes, this person not only made a cosplay, but made this GIF to highlight their disgust with Kirsha. I mean, what are we even talking about here? These are supposed to be the wholesome and inclusive individuals. It just seems like they have an issue with anyone who...
I don't know if they've ever... Well, she did try to say she's wholesome, but yeah, it's always funny how the group of inclusivity will exclude the bulk of people because they don't think the same way, even slightly. Yeah. We have the Black VTuber Awards, though. Not sure if that counts. Well, you know what? I've seen, like, I have no idea if this was serious or if this was a bit. I did see on Twitter that someone, I don't know who, someone was, like, talking about doing, like, a white VTuber Awards. I have no idea if that was, like, a bit or what. But, yeah, we're seeing, like, this kind of shit pop up on, like, Twitter and whatnot right now. It's so fucking stupid. Realistically, it is incredibly stupid. Like doing we're going to do the Black VTuber Awards. We're going to do the Hispanic VTuber Awards. We're going to do the White VTuber Awards. Fucking stop it. Okay, seriously, just fucking stop it. Was it a joke? I kind of had a feeling that it was a joke, but like doing ethnic VTuber thing? Fucking stop. You're an anime, you're an anime waifu husbando, and you literally can change your skin tone at will. The idea of doing an insert ethnicity VTuber award is one of the dumbest, most racist fucking things I can think of. Like, that is legitimately fucking racist to do that, especially with fucking VTubers. It's fucking stop. Get help. All right. I know these people are like absolutely desperate for attention because they have no lives. Their personal lives are absolutely meaningless and they will not amount to anything. I fully understand that. And I'm telling you, stop. You can actually have meaning to your life. You actually can make a difference in the world and in your life. This is not how you do it. This just turns you into a fucking joke that no one will ever take you seriously.
Doesn't go along with whatever it is they think is the right sort of way to conduct yourself online. Totally crazy stuff. But I also wanted to add a correction at some point in this video, because this was my reply to the initial thread we were looking at with the new information. And all the stuff up here, totally fine, I agree with it still, but there was this part right here where I said a FaZe Connect talent joined in on the needless attack. And I want to add some more context because the original screenshots I saw, some of them in the replies to the original tweets, they were showing things out of order, which kind of looked, not so great for the related talent. But I got this shared with me with like the full context, like going back in the logs. And Eimi, the individual that was talked about in the Kirsha clip, was the one who was reacting to some of this stuff. But to make a very long story short, you can pause and look at the full context. I think there was a misunderstanding here where it begins by Eimi talking about a game dev, using actually dev as the short form, right? And then somewhere down the road, there's this RIP is the dev Desu, because some people said the dev might be passed away. That has no reference to me, by the way, just because it has that at the end. But then you see basically out of nowhere, Gumbun saying that she saw a guy wearing a dev Hiyori at MagFest. And that's where she says the 9/11 comments. She misspelled Rev as Dev. Very important, I think, for context. And eventually,
trying to hide it.
Eimi was like, oh, a Dev Hiyori? Basically, show me, right? And, of course, Gumbun says, yes, I will show you. And then, eventually, you can see the photo coming up. And after showing the photo, they say, I meant Rev, I'm sorry, not Dev. And then basically Eimi just laughs about it.
Actually, it looks like she says, I'm stupid. Okay, outside question. Can these people not fucking spell? Like, seriously, I'm about to have a fucking stroke trying to read this text because I'm like, can they not fucking spell? This, like, irritates the fuck out of me. Like, I see this so fucking much. Like, for the love of fuck, even if you're on your phone has spell correct. If you misspell something, fix it. Like, I swear to fuck, this drives me insane. Like, I meant Rev, this is supposed to be I'm stupid. And she hit an O instead of a P, and hits and said, yeah, this works. Send. Like, this drives me fucking nuts. Yes, edit and fix it. Like, oh my god, I fucking hate this. Like, and this. Like, that's what you mean, T. And then just bounce me up. See, the love of all that is fucking holy, I hate this. If you are too fucking lazy to fix the most basic of fucking typos, which, by the way, spell check should have caught that. Oh my god, yes, you activate my TISM. You actually activate my fucking TISM. If the screenshot was taken before you could correct it, okay, I could give you that one. But clearly, you had time to correct your fuck up, and you did it, and fuck you. Learn how to spell, you fucking troglodyte.
A little bit. And then they're like, I'm wondering why, blah, 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 blah. They're just kind of laughing about it, right? And then there's people like crapping on me, whatever. It is what it is. And when I say people, I mean like random users of the server, whatever. That's not a big deal. But then, eventually, they say enough about Nico Love Live, referring to me. And then they change the subjects. So maybe I'm naive. Fine, whatever. I think this was, in terms of Eimi, the actual FaZe Connect talent, and her role, I think she was responding to a misunderstanding. Where she thought Gumbun was talking about something else. And because of the misspelling with Dev versus Rev. And then they just kind of laughed about it. And then they changed the subject. So if that's what the proper understanding is, then that talent didn't do anything wrong. I could be naive. Who knows? But I just wanted to correct that because it was a small part of that reply there. Okay? But one more thing I want to point out here. This Gumbun individual who is normally very active on Twitter, not so active.
Yeah,
in fact, ever since all this stuff happened,
is innocent on this.
Almost 2 weeks ago, they've been radio silent. They haven't said anything. They're clearly just waiting for this to blow over, but they're still active in the FaZe Connect Discord servers, as pointed out here, where they are tweeting or responding as recent as 2 days ago. So yeah, they're not just like taking an MIA from the internet. They're still going with this situation. But yeah, another great opportunity to promote the amazing Rev Hiyori. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you check it out and give it a chance. But anyways, That's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
All right. So, yeah, but, again, this is not going to end until people that do this actually face consequences. If they don't experience any consequences whatsoever, it will not conclude. It will keep going. So people that conduct these harassment need to actually start facing some consequences, or it's just going to keep going.